And you spoke about that evolution of us in media. So can you just kind of talk about talk about the evolution that you've seen us kind of go through and where we are in media and what you see as next for us?
Well, it's wild because I remember us meeting up at the Boulevard before the Boulevard was fully, first it was blackplanet.com or something like that. One of those sites.
You're doing too much, Mr. Cary. Edit
that out. Anyway, we was on some website and we all
when it was music on there. Yeah.
Right? And we all got to know one another. Then we had this meeting at the Capitol Boulevard in Largo, wherever it was.
Yep.
It wasn't even fully developed, the location, but that was like one of our first face-to-faces, and we got to see who the players of the game were. Next thing you know, we're doing some guest spots. Next thing you know, you ladies are hosting your own radio show. I mean, it was just like one thing after another. Next thing you know, El Boogie was doing her show, and Ty was already out there doing so many things. I forget what Ty was doing because she was doing so many different things.
She was at IM for Radio before we got there. So yeah, I'm an elder. She's an elder.
She sure was.
Like an umbrella with all these different tentacles, and we all had so many aspects to what we were doing. And the beauty of it to me was that, when I first came on the scene, I came on from a true creative perspective as a singer, a poet, and an actor. And I was speaking, but built to the prominence that it currently has for me. And slowly or soon after, I started doing less of the creative and started focusing more on the speaking, the training, and the authoring, writing books and stuff. But I remember that we all really had all these different talents, and we would have meetings about what we were going to do, and we would do an assortment of events all over the place. And I noticed, even though that there were certain breaks in the action and certain changes of the guard, but we all stayed active. And I think it was what I call the training ground. Everyone had a training ground to prepare them for the next level in their evolution. Whether it was in radio, whether it was in, film, whether it was in their own entrepreneurial endeavors. Everyone had their own training or their own growth curve and learning curve to get better, to experience different things. And it's kind of beautiful just to see that here we are today in 2020 in the midst of a pandemic, and we're still here. So where do we go from here? Well, remote access and remote business is really real, but I think that the virtual space is really the next level. I know it's going to be some more technological changes before we actually fully engage that virtual lifestyle. And I'm not going to rush it because I love being in the midst of people. As a speaker, I feed off the audience, and, it's great engagement. But now I'm sort of rebranding and putting the fine tuning on my own business as a speaker. How are you going to get to meet new people? How are you going to get your message out there? How can you do it with a similar, if not same impact? And I think we all have some of the same challenges. So now that we're in 2020, I think that this is an opportunity still for us to sometimes bounce off of one another, support one another's ventures, work together in some cases, and just do more of the same. Because, first of all, we as a people, we should already be in this space that, we never stopped, right? We always rebound. We are very resilient, but we should have never been sideswiped or sidestepped or overlooked. We have always been able to bounce back. But now, more than ever, I think this pandemic is showing us that we really need to stand tall and stand strong because, like I said earlier, we are sort of like the elder statesmen and stateswomen for that next generation. And they, in a sense, should be coming to us for this different experience, this different understanding of, how do I get to the next level in audio? How do I become a radio host? Or, how did you get? They should be coming to us for those answers. So I think we should continue to do our thing, continue to support one another, work with each other as we can, as much as we can, and also kind of like continue to pave the way and be prepared in the not too distant future to pass that baton to the next generation. Honestly, that's the real. Okay, keep it at 100. That's the real. I just hope that we're putting away some of those ducats. We're putting away some of that money so that as we age and get ready for that next layer, that next level in life, we can do it with comfort. We don't have to want for anything because we have made wise decisions. I heard Ms. Chris talking about investing and exposing her son to investing and how important it is. We need to do those sorts of things, and we need to still work in concert so that if I'm a little short, it's okay. The community got me. We need to be able to do those types of things because it's so important.
That's right. I mean, did you rehearse that, sir? Did you?
Yeah, I just wrote it down from the commercial.
I did. No, but honestly, everything that you have said has rang true. Again, one of the reasons why you are a soul sibling, and everyone on this call really is a soul sibling in some form or fashion. And that's something that in our community, like you said, it's just part of who we are as people. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Sir Charles, you have taken us from beginning to where we are now and moved us forward in this mission that we are here to do, especially with Black Women Connecting Communities. Again, our agenda is strictly to move forward as a people collectively, and whether that be through media,
and we get together, in a group, especially a mass of us. But even on a one-on-one basis, when there's just 2 or 3 of us, there's an organic flow. It's it's truly an indie spirit. I mean, honestly, I know, Kareem, you came up with that years ago. I don't even remember how long ago, but it's truly a true organic indie flow that when we get together, our juices, our ideas, our language, our conversation, our decision-making, our creativity, our innovation is sort of just... It's like a melting pot. It just surges and, it presents itself. And it's up to us to pick and choose what we put together, and how we make this thing one. And I really think that's true. And if we had more of that, even if it was just in pockets, in Capitol Heights, in Forestville, in Arlington, Virginia, in Waldorf, in D.C., in Southeast, even in pockets, that could be so powerful. But, we have to learn to see the value in one another and truly want to stick together.
Indie for your mind, indie for your spirit. It's Wild Radio, so you know you're gonna hear it. Whether you like to spit it or you just wanna feel it. Forever indie, baby, and you know we got the spirit. Indie for your mind, indie for your spirit. Indie for your mind, indie for your spirit. Indie for your mind, indie for your spirit. Indie media for the indie spirit on Wild Radio.
Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful, but ugly, ain't it? They paint it on their face, they claim it, then they wanna rearrange it. The problem with the system calls, get no justice in the eyes of the law. No matter what they saw, Babylon is falling. None of y'all ain't yelling, still excelling the greatness, no matter what they facing. Chose a few, one nation under a groove. The magic we bring to this world ooze from our DNA. Blood spills the bill, and to them we ain't worth 3/5. The devil's a liar, let me kill that myth. On the strength we swarm like killer bees. We're still kings and queens, not thugs and hoes. Black is beautiful. Hey, hey, black is beautiful but ugly, ain't it? They paint it on their face, they claim it, then they wanna rearrange it. Black is beautiful in the eyes of the needy. Yeah, your own kind would take you out because their hearts are greedy. It's really hard to believe how the tables turn. White supremacy, you must learn, Babylon burn. Making it rough on ourselves. Yeah, black is beautiful, but what about your inner self? That will really help make your skin glow like Zoe Kravitz, the black magic. Black is beautiful. Hey, black is beautiful, but they ain't it. They painted on their face, they claim it, then they wanna rearrange it. Mental Salvation Radio, Enoch 7th Prophet, every Saturday at 12 p.m. on Wow U Radio. That's www.wow.radio.net. You're going to hear some uplifting music and a little bit of storytelling. Yeah. Hey.
It actually takes us to the close. What I want to do is I'm going to go around the room. Everybody, give us your closing comments, any takeaway moments, any takeaway points from any of the topics that we spoke about today, and then make sure that you drop your contact so that people can follow you. So I'll start with you, Ty.
Hi. So, so like I said earlier, all about mental health. Make sure that you are getting that vitamin D, going outside, enjoying the sunlight, creating your own personal oasis, whether it's in your backyard, in your bedroom, making sure that you have some me time. I always call it some self-care time, each and every day. Don't just limit it to just Saturday. We home every single day. So you need it every single day, just something to get your mind, just to kind of rejuvenate your mind. And also, you can follow me at Ty Flood. That's TYI Flood, FLOOD, on all social media handles, IG. What's IG? Instagram, yeah. And Facebook. TyFlood.com, of course. Yeah.
Boogie Woogie.
Yes, I want to say this is awesome. Again, I enjoyed the whole panel and everybody who was a part of this. I love each and every one of you all. So just recapping on what some of the things that we discussed with the distant learning, help your kids get on a schedule, communicate with them, talk to them, touch bases with their feelings to see how they're feeling about things, and give them a hug and say you love them and just encourage them, right? And sometimes we need to encourage ourselves too. So for the mental health, write a letter to somebody. Nobody does that anymore. You send a text, you check on social media, but write a letter and send it in the mail. They'll be surprised and you'll feel good about doing it. Don't forget your deep breathing, release, let it go, bring it in, let it out, okay? And also journaling is major. Write down your feelings so it doesn't manifest in your spirit. For the collective economics, we just want to touch bases about let's get a Black business owned directory going so we can push it out to our community so they are aware of all the Black businesses that are out there and they can buy.
Patronize them.
Yes, patronize their businesses. Right. Promote, be aware of your officials, get in contact with your county council. Let's push our Black businesses to them so they know and they are aware. And yeah, I love you guys. Oh, you can contact me on Facebook, Lynn L. Boogie Wood, Instagram, Miss L. Boogie _1, and Twitter, Boogie.
Boogie. Okay, Sir Charles, tell them what you're doing so much, but tell them where they can find all the wonderful things that you're doing.
So funny. I just about 6 months ago released my 7th book. It's called "What's So Hard About Being You?" And as I heard Ty talk about mental health, I think that book should have been my first book in this series, but it's real because we have so much. Okay, I'm going again. I'm sorry. Okay, I can be contacted on Facebook, Instagram. Sorry, Ty, don't laugh at me. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and everything is / Sir Charles Cary. My books are housed. They have their own house. They live on WordsmithSpeakersAlliance.com. All of the books, audios, DVDs, blah, 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 all in the same place, WordsmithSpeakersAlliance.com. My official site is me, Sir Charles Cary, Inc.com. So if you want to find out what I've been doing, where I've done it, et cetera, that's where you can find it. It's always a pleasure being with all of you. This is like a serious throwback. Yo, what's up? Where Enoch? Where the music? What's up?
It's funny that you brought that up. He'll be on here soon. You already know.